in December. We're going to have a good time with it. So we're going to do our best. I will let you know that tonight, if it wasn't an internet show, it wouldn't be, we wouldn't have mistakes, if is what I'm saying. So the modem is acting up tonight, so we may break up a little bit, but we will continue to record it and we will release it in its full if by chance we get cut off or anything. So without further ado, let's see if this works, at least this part of it.
Pro hockey is coming back to Biloxi. What's going on, buddy? This is your boy DC Disco Cowboy coming at you live in 3D. Your favorite wife swapping stuff, dipping tobacco, chewing coffee, pot dodging, frog kicking, alligator thumbing, disco dancing. Free agent hockey player, Disco Cowboy. What's going on? And I'm done trading the Texas Stallion in for a hockey stick because pro hockey is coming back to Biloxi. You heard it right here. Pro hockey, Biloxi Pro Hockey. That's what I'm talking about. 3 neutral site federal Hockey League games at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. All right, December 2nd, December 17th, and December 30th. We're going to see some in-your-face hockey action coming back. Hockey's about a bunch of males getting their anger and aggression out on the ice while traveling at high speed and firing a hard galvanized blue rubber. We got some badass talent here. All right, this is your chance to see the guys before they make it big right here. Get down to the Biloxi Coliseum, December 2nd, December 17th, and December 30th. Have hockey. Biloxi Hockey coming back at you. Federal Hockey League. Be there, man.
All right. So yeah, Disco Cowboy there doing some intros to Biloxi Pro Hockey. But without further ado, let's get Joe in here and let's chat with Joe. He may freeze a little bit, but you're going to be able to hear him. So let's get Joe on in here. And Joe, how are you?
Hey, thanks for having me.
No, thank you. And I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of had to get a little bit in there. There they are. So I've got my Surge jersey. I got my Seawolves jersey sitting behind me.
Man, that Seawolves one looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks great, man. I broke it out of storage the other day from when I used to host the intermissions for the Seawolves games. So I'm super excited that hockey is coming back to Biloxi. But tell me how it all came about to say, okay, you know what? We're going to do our best to bring hockey back to Biloxi.
It was something that organically happened. We definitely are, as a family, wanted to make a move. And before we knew it, we ended up getting a call. And it was about the league trying to expand to Biloxi, Mississippi. And we didn't know much about the city or anything. And before we knew it, our house was up for sale. And we had already purchased a house down here. And we were on our way. And we were so excited. And when we got down here, not only did we see our house for the first time, we saw the city and the Coliseum for the first time. So we just kind of jumped right into the deep end blindly. And we wanted to do this, but we've helped the league expand to Danville, Illinois in 2011. We made the move to Port Huron in 2015 to help the expansion there. And I kind of said it's always such a challenge and it's so much work that I said I was done with the expansions. I just wanted to settle down. But I swear, this one's the last one. We're home now. This is it. Family's loving it down here. Kids are loving it. And, it really does feel like home already.
Well, I tell you what, being a part of Biloxi hockey when on either one of the teams, being a part of it, I know that was one thing that players, coaches, and everything, when they finally got down here and they were in there, they ended up falling in love with Biloxi. And as you know, some of them still live in this area or in that area. So when it came to the FPHL, fill us in a little bit on the FPHL, and then we'll get into the 3 games that we're going to be doing in December. But fill us in a little bit about the FPHL and what it involves, and I guess kind of give it into layman's terms of is what kind of class. I think I read where it's more kind of considered Class A. Is
yeah.
What I'm hearing.
Yeah, so when they named the Federal Hockey League, the Federal League, they named it after the movie Slapshot, where, that movie was portraying the old Eastern Hockey League, which slowly became the East Coast Hockey League. And
Right.
they named it the Federal League because it was originated in the Northeast, but they wanted fans to, right away, when you think Federal League, you think of Slapshot, you think of, that old school feel, the fights, all that, the Hanson brothers. But they named it that because they wanted to start a league that was old school hockey. And, this is the day and age where, it's slowly moving into a more skilled game. The NHL wants to move away from fighting, things like that. But, this league, we know that fans are coming out in blue collar cities and they want to see fast paced, hard hitting hockey. And that's kind of where the name came from. We've had a lot of teams come and go. It is a single A league, just like the Southern Professional League. We are the two leagues that, we're about developing players and moving them on. And I think both leagues have done a great job over the past 10 years of, doing that to the next level. We move a lot of guys on that lateral jump from us to the SP, and the SP moves a lot of guys to the coast. We've actually had a few call-ups from our league directly to the AHL and coast as well. But, the thing is, we're getting a lot of college guys that wouldn't have a chance to play after college. And we're giving them those 1 or 2 years to develop and stay involved in the game so that they have a chance to make a team at the next level and keep moving on. A lot of guys, too, after a few years, make the jump to Europe and try to, play at almost an equal level there, but you do at some of those leagues, you get a raise. So a lot of guys, it is about the money. So, we don't make much of it. So when you could get a little more, you get excited over it.
No,
But
absolutely.
yeah, the league has grown so much. We've seen so many players come through the league, so many cities, and we're starting to settle down. Before COVID, we were really making a good impact. We had expanded to 10 cities, and everyone was doing well. And when we got shut down at the end of that year, things, really did change. We lost some cities, and now we're rebuilding. And I feel like this is going to be a crucial year for the league, especially for expansion, things like that. And, right now, I think as of last week, we had like 96 FHL guys playing in the SP. So, if any fans ever said they don't like any level below the East Coast League or the SP or this or that, it's like our guys are everywhere right now, and they're making an impact. And we had a few guys make East Coast League rosters right out of training camp. So we have some talented guys. It's just there's not a lot of opportunity anymore for guys to move up. When I started playing, we had the United Hockey League, the Central Hockey League, the East Coast Hockey League, and the Western Professional Hockey League, all for guys at the AA level trying to make it to the IHL or AHL. And now all those leagues are gone, and you're left with just the East Coast Hockey League. So, there's, it's not as watered down. It's a lot more competitive now, and it gets a lot harder for guys to make that jump and climb that ladder. But we've done a good job at helping players do that.
Well, and that's the cool thing I like about it, because I know in the first run when the Seawolves were in their heyday down in Biloxi, I mean, and you got to see some of those players. I think one ended up with the Boston Bruins, a couple ended up at the Tampa Bay Lightning, and things like that. So that is what the cool thing about it is. And it's just like, I compare it to, I mean, you can compare it to any minor league system, but when you're especially like minor league baseball and you're in a town with like the Biloxi Shuckers, and you get to see the Brewers in the playoffs, and some of the old players from the Shuckers playing there. And that's the cool thing about minor league, is to watch these guys develop, watch them hone their craft and end up being in the bigger leagues. And you're getting to go, you know what? I have his jersey from when he played in minor leagues, which is a cool thing.
Yeah, right. And the autographs, the photos with the guys when they're young, just coming out of college, and then you see them in the majors. I feel like if we keep developing the league and moving the way we are, we do have a chance to have a system in hockey that is very similar to baseball, which is, the owners control their double A team, their single A team, their triple A team, and players are moving up and down in one season. You might see a guy jump from the single A team all the way to the triple A team in one season because it's that one owner network and that one organization. And they've done a good job over the last 5 to 10 years doing that with the AHL and East Coast League. And the last step is doing it with a single A, both single A leagues or at least one.
No, and I was gonna try to get into that a little bit with you, and you kind of touched on it as with like the farm systems that baseball have. Is hockey eventually going to get there? And you kind of touched on that. Do you see it trending that way?
I think, I don't know a lot about how the owners control those other organizations right now. It's single A teams. They, every owner has their entity. They have their product. So it would kind of maybe push them out if it was to go that way and the big clubs were to take over teams at our level. It would definitely make it better, make it, a little more organized and easier for guys to jump up. But, it's definitely something that, every player wishes for. We all hope that one day it's like that. And, we're all in, one system.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see. So with the 3 games that are coming up here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, and correct me if I'm wrong, December 2nd, December 17th, and December 30th, are those the 3 dates?
Yep, you got it.
All right. So what are you guys looking for from those 3 games to determine your guys' next step?
We were ready to put a team here this year, so we would be starting this Friday night if Barry Soskin had his way. He wanted to, just jump in and do pretty much what my family did, get down here and just go for it. Matt at the Coliseum wanted him to test the waters and see if there was still a fan base here. So these games are neutral site games, which means 2 teams from the league are going to play in a neutral location. So they're regular season games. They're not exhibition or anything like that. I know it's confusing to some fans because these teams aren't from here. So teams from around the league are meeting up here to play in a neutral location. And, it's a chance to show Matt and the other executive staff at the Coliseum and the board that, they're still hockey fans down here on the coast. And what we've found out through our time of, hitting the streets and doing some marketing is there's a lot more fans here than there were 10 years ago because of all the transplants that have moved down here. So we're getting more hockey fans every year moving down here from, Minnesota, Colorado, Illinois, Michigan. And, how do you not want to move down here? It's paradise. You live where everyone else vacations.
And and I was thinking that same thing. One thing Biloxi has that's very unique is the military bases. So you've got people coming from all over the United States that are getting stationed at either Keesler or Naval Station Pascagoula or the CB base. And those people are coming from areas that had hockey. Now they're going to have a hockey team that they'll be able to come see and see play and all of that. So that's what I think is very unique about the Biloxi market is all 3 of those bases being right there.
No, that is another added bonus because, you're right. So many guys in the armed forces, in the military, come from cities where they either, some of these guys are coming down here with their gear looking to play some pickup hockey, as well during the winter. So, there are hockey fans in the military, and it's huge that we have such an influx of those. And it kind of stinks there's such a big turnover. I know some of the guys said they're usually only here 3 or 4 years and then they're shipped out. We also have the training guys down here that are here now 6 to 8 weeks, and then they go and get stationed. But it's going to be nice to have, those walk-up fans, those military guys that might only be in town for a short time, but hey, looking to check out some hockey and entertain their families and get off base for a little bit. But yeah, it is. It's exciting, and I know people are still coming out of the woodwork, and fans are still hearing about these games every week. We're getting people that are tagging friends in posts and saying, "Did you hear about this?" And their friends are going, responding to the post and saying, "No, let's go."
Absolutely. And I will tell you this. And so I worked for the Mississippi Seawolves. I worked for the Mississippi Surge. And of course, at both of those times, Pensacola was the rival. With the Seawolves, it was the Ice Pilots. With the Surge, it was the Ice Flyers. The Ice Flyers are still around. I currently live in Pensacola right now, and I refuse to go to a hockey game.
Oh my gosh, come on.
And no, I think it's just I hold grudges. So I take things personally. So I'm really happy that Biloxi is going to be seeing hockey again, and I'm excited that I got asked to host the intermissions again, just because I loved it. That was some of my favorite times, is being out helping host intermissions and all the games and everything that were going on. So I'm looking forward to that part of it. Can you tell us a little bit, how many teams are involved in the FHL right now?
There's 7 teams in the league right now operating this year, and it is a weird year because in the Federal League and in the Southern Professional League, they're both an odd number of teams. So you see teams getting nights off on the weekend. So owners really don't like that. They don't have a chance to utilize their product and get their money's worth out of a week's pay, but also sometimes they get shorted on a home game. I know I was lucky enough, I work pretty closely with Rod in Pensacola, and I've sent him players over the last many years, and I went and played in their home opener 2 weeks ago, and it was a great experience, fun time. It was great I played with Rod years ago in Rockford, Illinois with the Ice Hogs, and this was the first time I played for him. I played with him, and now I played for him. And he's an amazing coach, treats his team amazing. Organization's great. And it was great to see that and be able to be a part of it. But also at the same time, look forward to getting a team back here so we can work closely with them. And, it's sad that the rivalry is not there anymore, but at the same time, who knows? Maybe every year we'll play an exhibition game against each other at the beginning of the year or something.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. So if somebody was looking to get tickets for any of the 3 games that are going to be happening at the Coliseum in December, how can they go about getting those tickets?
You could head down to the Coliseum box office, which if you're in the neighborhood, I would suggest doing that. You avoid, all those online fees, but the other way is Ticketmaster.com. And if you're out of town, that's probably the easiest way to do it. But they're available now. They're on sale, and I was just amazed at how many people came out to our press conference on July 14th. Everyone that showed up, I thanked them. That was amazing. It was a great turnout. And they all pretty much headed right down to the box office and lined up to get tickets that day. And, I know that I think that blew away the Coliseum staff, just how many people were there, and then how many people stood there past 5 p.m. after closing and waited in line to get their tickets.
So, and on that note, I had something written down here and I totally forgot what I was going to ask you. But anyway, so you're bringing back, so did you have to do anything to be able to use the Seawolves name?
We got lucky. The East Coast Hockey League, they held the trademark for the name and the logo, the design, for years. And I guess during COVID, they let it lapse, and they re-upped. And when we were starting to market, they re-upped the trademark for the design, but they didn't for the name. And, that was kind of, the green light that, it's there. And I'm happy they did. They don't really, from what we hear, there's no ownership in the East Coast Hockey League that plans on coming back here. The league doesn't. They are holding on to those so that they could sell old vintage jerseys and T-shirts on their website. So right now, if you don't have a jersey or you don't have a T-shirt of the old Seawolves and you want one, head over to the East Coast Hockey League website. They got a store, and they got vintage gear from all the teams that used to be around in the 90s. And yeah, you can pick up that jersey right now, a replica one in a youth size or adult size on their website. And I know that's their biggest thing, is they want to still generate revenue off the old team and the old logo. And I have no problem doing that, because, we're not going to sell, those retro jerseys, but they are selling them. And if fans want them, I have no problem telling fans where they could get them. And, they're doing it right on their website. So hopefully the biggest thing is we could use the name, and, we're going to have a new hook on that crest. But, maybe it needed to be updated anyway.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is for its time that it was there, but you got a little more edgier, and it looks good. So, yeah, Jared Seymour saying nostalgia. That's what it's all about when it comes to that old Seawolves logo and stuff. So let me ask you this. When we get to the point, or when you guys get to the point of really going full bore, when will, and I may be reaching out too far ahead here yet, but when will merchandise be available to purchase and things like that for this team?
Well, we definitely want to have some stuff at the games. We gave away a lot of T-shirts over the summer already. A lot just, have the Biloxi Pro Hockey logo on it. And we definitely want to start getting some merchandise out there that talks about bringing back the Seawolves. So, we've definitely been bouncing around some ideas. We don't want to, step on any toes in the East Coast Hockey League and make them upset. I know the logo we mocked up, we've already, they considered it being too close to theirs. I know they've reached out and said already that, they think it's a little too close to the old one. But at the end of the day, we still have some time. We're probably going to find out right after the 3 games what the Coliseum staff thought about the games and the turnout. I know that, we want to do this already. We wish we were selling season tickets and getting ready for our home opener right now, but it is what it is. And we were given 3 dates by Matt. It stinks we don't have a Saturday, but we were already getting, a great response. There's a lot of tickets sold already. I think, the numbers are getting up there. For a while, it was kind of stagnant. We were selling a few a week, and all of a sudden now we're selling, 20 to 40 to 50 or more a day. I think there was a day last week we sold over 200. And that's awesome, because this is the way we're all going to do it to bring back the Seawolves, because we tried to do it just without the games. And, Matt wants to see how many hockey fans there are willing to come out to games right now on the coast. So all I could suggest to people is if you're coming, try to bring a friend that's never been to hockey or anything like that. Try to turn some of your neighbors or family or friends into hockey fans, because it's going to guarantee us that we could get a team back. And yeah, the goal is to bring hockey back, but the real goal is to bring back the Seawolves.
Absolutely. So, Joe, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Anybody, if you have any questions real quick, you can throw them in the comments. If there's some questions that I didn't cover, and I was just trying to basically cover the basis about what we needed to do to help as much as we can for these 3 games in December. And obviously it's go buy tickets, bring friends, and definitely have a good time, right?
Absolutely. And you're going to help with that good time, because I'm happy you're going to come out and do that PA stuff, because Jared and Alex and Josh, they've all said such good things about you. And when they told me you were back on board, I thought that was cool, because it is about that nostalgia of the old, the old crew. And I said it from the beginning. I don't want to start a new hockey culture down here. I'd love to get the old band back together and, do the old Blues Brothers style, go around and gather everyone up. And we've been doing that so far, and I'm happy you're on board. And I'm happy we got to talk and you had me on tonight. But we are going to make these games fun. They're not just, 3 hockey games. We've tried to add some entertainment, like that Disco Cowboy commercial there. That guy, I wish I had that energy every single day. I usually have that energy on game days, but he's got that energy like 365 days a year. That guy's going all the time. But we're having out a Joe Exotic look-alike impersonator. We're going to have at the December 17th game, we're going to have Santa on hand for pictures and stuff like that for kids. And the 30th, hopefully we get to, drop the ball for the new year and a new team and get to celebrate together at the end of 2021 and, ring in 2022 with, the announcement right after the new year that it's happening.
That'll be great and it'll be fun. So one of the questions I had in the comments is Doug wants to know, were there any other cities considered for expansion?
There always are. And since we made this announcement here, there's been a bunch of southern cities that have reached out to the commissioner of the league and other ownership and, just trying to see what they could do to possibly get games like this next year or get an expansion team for next year. So I know there's a few cities in Louisiana and also in Mississippi that are looking into it. I know that a lot of fans always want to see Mobile come back too, because that was a nice, easy drive and a nice rivalry.
Absolutely.
But I know that there's a possibility we could see some expansion in Jackson and in Baton Rouge, South Haven up by Memphis. I can't believe the River Kings aren't there anymore because that was a great hockey city. Right. And, fans are missing hockey up there as well.
Great. And then I guess Josh is asking promotional nights. Now, I don't know if he's talking about the 3 games that are going to be going on. Are there going to be any promotions going on those? Or, of course, I would probably say if you're doing a full season, you're definitely going to have promotional nights.
Well, yeah, and Josh, he likes to throw out a lot of ideas to me every week about the promotional nights. He loved seeing at the Seawolves games, but I think I could say offhand, Josh's one night he wants to see come back when we get a team back, Mardi Gras night with Mardi Gras jerseys and things like that. But it's going to be fun to do all those nights and go all out. This year, we kind of threw some names out there for the 3 games. Like we said, Veterans Night, we said Christmas in Biloxi, New Year's on the coast, just because, we wanted to put something out there. With the bases going on lockdown, we didn't have a chance to really work with any of the bases and, do a lot for those games. But when we get a team back, military night, it'd be fun to do the camo jerseys, things like that. Mardi Gras night. It'd be fun to do a first responders night as well for everyone down here on the coast. Those games are always fun. Pull a fire truck and a cop car out on the ice, light up the building. But
I love it.
We want to do all the fun stuff that makes it fun for fans because it's not just about the on-ice hockey entertainment. It's about the overall atmosphere in the building every single night, every weekend. And those nights really do make it fun for fans. And I know that fans love collecting those promotional night jerseys as well, because, some of them look really cool.
That they do. Well, Joe, thank you so much for sitting in with me tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, get down to the Coliseum, get your tickets December 2nd, 17th, and the 30th. And, I look forward. If I don't see you before then, I'll definitely see you December 2nd.
No, yeah, that's awesome. And thanks so much for having me.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.